thank you for letting us spend the day here with you
Thank you for
at
having
Arabian
me.
Mountain. We're happy to engage you. What have been, looking back on this year, or at the end of the school year, what have been some of the major outcomes that you've seen this year that you think are a result of the change in curriculum and the change in standards?
One of the major changes I've seen is that I've seen my students be able to retain the information that I've given to them for a longer period of time. I didn't have to reteach as much as I have in previous years, and I think that's because the focus of Common Core is to, take a literary text and then supplement it with other things that are informational, or take an informational text and then supplement it with things that are literary in this foundation. And I think overall it helps the students really make thematic connections, and so that as time progresses, they're able to do it again without me having to necessarily reteach them and say, remember when, they're able to do it off their.
So that actually is a proven fact, that the more students connect something what they've learned with something else, they actually build neuronic, that's not a real word, but we'll call it a word today, connections that then make it easier for them to remember things.
Yes.
So that totally makes sense, that the more you're building a contextual world for them, the more they're going to retain.
Exactly.
Personally, in your classroom, can you give some specific successes that you really are proud of in terms of your students?
I'm very proud of their vocabulary acquisition. I determined this year to really focus a lot more on vocabulary. So in our readings, I would have them highlight or circle words that were unfamiliar to them, and then additionally, each week they get a list of SAT words that they have to commit to memory. And then they're assessed on those words, and I'm also looking for them to use those words in their writing as well. So I'm very proud of them for actually retaining it, because when they are assessed on it, it's not just on those words from the week, it's on the words that we've had all semester, and they've been able to retain it and use that. So I'm very proud of them for that. And also just their ability to now, I think they really understand how to support their argument, not just say that this is blue because it's blue, because I think it's blue, but why is it blue? How do you know it's blue?
And that vocabulary piece, the point you made is so important, that they don't know the words, they can apply the words.
Right.
And that was your focus.
Yes.
You gave them a list, but then the expectation was these will be applied in my classroom.
Right.
What changes might you make next year if starting over in terms of tweaks in your instruction or in your unit design?
Just starting over, I would do most of the same things. I think I would just try to maybe condense them a little more, because with it being my first year, teaching with Common Core, the units that I wanted to do, I wanted to condense them into 4.5 weeks, but sometimes it went on to 5 or 6. And so I think a lot of that can be cut down just for me being more effective. I also would like to add more, actually, to change anything, to add more to it, because now that I've gone through it, there are new ideas that I have on how to supplement, other informational texts that the kids can view, or documentaries that they can watch, and really bring in the media and the technology aspect. I would like to do more of that next year.
Sounds like you use a lot of the curriculum frameworks, and you found out what you didn't want to use, so you can sort of take those pieces out and then put in a little more of your own thing, so that it sort of fits your style.
Exactly.
You had to go through it first to sort of see
out
what wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
Are there any resources you discovered this year in trying to teach this curriculum that you would recommend?
Yes, well, the Department of Ed has been great in, I think, providing us with resources. I mean, the units themselves are so thorough and descriptive that you can literally pull from there and build a great unit on top of other resources that you may already have. One thing I particularly liked was the wiki and everything that's available for us there, and even how the DOE makes it easy for us to contact them and to let them know our thoughts. And they're trying to provide us with the tools that we need so that our kids can really master these skills.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. But you're the one who's doing all the work. You're the one who's really making the difference and really giving these students what they need to be college and career ready. So we appreciate your dedication, your time, all the effort you put into this work, and we know that it's been paying off. We look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And we hope you've enjoyed the wiki. I mean the Prezi, sorry.